Menu narration option is set to off.
It's week 18 of the National Football League, and we've got CeeDee Lamb. He's putting together one of the
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Dancing to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
A throw over the middle, taken in, and they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Marquise Bell. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. Micah Parsons with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Kevontae Turpin deep for the Cowboys. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive, because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Cowboys to 12-4 now on the year. They've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. To the air again, Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Nico Collins hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys are on the board first here this afternoon. Aubrey good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? They were able to do that there. Nice pick up on first down. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce. And running with power here. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was Dameon Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
Partner's not out of the question, especially with the 7 seeds that they have now in the playoffs. If you do win and the other wild card teams win in the first round, you could find yourself with a home game in the divisional round. Now, we know that's not likely, but it's not out of the question. Bottom line, you have to win to put yourself in that position.
These two teams all tied after one. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. They'll find Vaughn complete out of the backfield. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On third down, it's Prescott. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. That one goes for 30 yards. Eckler. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. He throws there, incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open. Just a split second. Touchdown, Cowboys! 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback. And now out comes Houston. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Stroud. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with second and a couple.
No, hey, check that.
Stroud sets up the play action. It's caught downfield by Mechie. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 39. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Stroud got his man, Dell. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. From the 31, here's 2nd and 3. They'll bring a tight end in motion right. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Here's Stroud. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Patterson's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Taken at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Following the play here, now we've got an injury. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The second down throw now from Stroud. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Stroud to throw it. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Patterson's kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. A big play there just before halftime. 59 yards. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Final play of the half. Prescott. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Jordan Brooks with it. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we send you on over, only 2 quarters of football left in the regular season. Everybody's excited to get to the playoffs, so excited that we're just going to skip right over halftime and get back to the action. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. KaVontae Turpin now to return. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Play action now, Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
At the 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8. Now Stroud. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Play action. Here's Stroud. Able to find the open man. That's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time.
It's under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Stroud. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. C.J. Stroud taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Texans have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Stroud's going to try to throw for the conversion. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Out of his end zone, Prescott. He's got it to Collins, complete. Down the left sideline. He's on his way. Nico Collins. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 94 yards. And boy, Charles, it is no doubt a passing league. We get that, but did you ever think we would see someone pass for 7,000 yards in a season? He just went over that threshold.
Brandon, 7,000 yards means you've had a monster game each and every game of the year. If you throw for 350, that would hurt your average. That means you've made every throw. Very few drops by your receivers. You've moved the ball effectively every time out.
Here's Prescott. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. They'll turn things over to Brandon Aubrey now for the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. 2nd and 10. Here's Stroud. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Stroud on 3rd down now. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter.
Let's go.
1st and 10. It's Stroud. That is caught by Dell. And he'll be knocked to the ground right there at the 22. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Back now in Houston. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. On 1st down, here's Stroud. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Dalton Schultz. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. KaVontae Turpin now from his end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 37 yards.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Texans.
Prescott now on 2nd down. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. This is caught. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Here's Vaughn. They'll run for it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Eckler, they run left side, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Austin Eckler with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Check.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Stroud looking to throw. Taking a shot for Dell here. That is intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to get it back here just past the 35. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense, say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Here's Prescott. He's got his target. That's complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
First down, Dallas.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Now Dak. That is caught by Lamb. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Eckler now between the tackles, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
Early down stuff should put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
The noise is getting deafening. Here's 3rd down and 3. Now Prescott. He'll buy some time running. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. 4th down now defensively. Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is indeed good, and they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Ready! Ready!
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Here's Stroud. Looking deep here for Mechie. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that down. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So the Texans will have the first opportunity here in the overtime session as we are back underway. And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Well, here we sit, week 17. Just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down. Pierce takes it straight ahead. Bulldozes past him. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
First down, they go right back to Pierce. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Hey, we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers, but how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
Here's Stroud. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. But looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
No, hey, reload.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Well done by the defense. They did their job here in overtime.
Boy, did they ever, because now it's 4th and really long. So if you do decide to go for it, people think you might be a little bit on the nut side, don't they? But guess what? If I did decide to go for it, I'd call something deep. I'd throw a deep pass and hope that the defense didn't remember to just knock it down. If they intercept it, it's almost like a great punt and helps out your defense with field position.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Now a first throw here in overtime. A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on 2nd down. Now Prescott. Looking deep here for Dobbs. And that's caught inside the 35.
Just straight money right there. The biggest drive of the game, a chance to win it in overtime. If they've been saving that play, they sure pulled it out at the right time. A huge turn of events there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Dak. And he rifles one incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Now a 2nd and 10. Prescott. This one swung out to Vaughn. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
To throw, Prescott. And he dumped off to Vaughn, complete. And the Cowboys are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll throw again. Prescott. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. So it's a win here for the Cowboys, and it was Dak Prescott, their quarterback, who really led the charge.
Yeah, he was just on target all afternoon with 3 touchdown passes. They couldn't find a way to stop him, and ultimately, he guided them to victory. So for Dallas, they earn one final victory and finish the regular season at 13.